Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes, Mr. Buckingham.
Yes. How long have you been living in the tunnels?
A couple of years.
What's it like living down there?
Savage. You know, these are I'm not sure if they're the third or fourth most dangerous tunnels in the world. Partly because of people, but mostly because of the water.
Yeah, what happens when it rains here?
People die.
What do you think could be done to help the homeless population that lives underneath Vegas?
That's a good question. They gotta want to help themselves first. You know what I mean?
I think instead of trying to just put us in rehab, I think they ought to try to get us work. I mean, if you have no ID here, it's almost impossible unless you're a hooker. You know, and they think all women are hookers here. You can't order it online. They got to verify who you are. So you got to get a family member to do it.
The issue of not being able to get IDs is something everyone we interviewed complained about. It's the #1 problem the people underneath Vegas spoke about, which was surprising to me. This is Orange, a 61-year-old man living underneath Vegas who went out of his way to show us kindness and help us make this episode. Let's hear his story. How long have you lived in the tunnels underneath Vegas?
Let me see. I got here in September of 2015.
How has it been living down here?
It can have its moments, that's for sure. Sometimes it sucks. Got a lot of good camaraderie, though. Got good friends. You bond and you become tight with the people around you. Well, you kill them, one or the other.
What made you initially come to live underneath Vegas?
This is just kind of where I landed. I was driving truck, and I got stranded here. And this is what I do. I play guitar.
Oh, you play the guitar?
I'm a street musician, yeah.
What do you think could be done to help the homeless population?
A lot of people are out here by choice, actually, because they're independent people. They don't want to be told what to do by anybody. You know, we just want to live our life the way we want to live it, you know, and we don't have to answer nobody. Well, here, they make it go through hoops to even get an ID. You know what I mean? I guess in their way, they're trying to help, but what they're doing it really doesn't help us at all. They don't like us here. They're trying to pass a law, I don't know if they did or not, where it's making it illegal to be homeless. And that just is just so un-American if I've ever heard it. I don't really have to be out here. I could easily go pay a rent somewhere if I wanted to. I choose to be out here. Some of the most talented people and most creative people and most resourceful people are the people you'll find out here. At one point in our life, we've all had good jobs. We've all had families. We've raised children. We're normal people, you know. We're not some outcasts or the segment of the population that's to blame for all of society's ills, and that's what they're trying to do. It's an easy catch-all to blame the homeless. Well, the homeless did this, the homeless did that. And then it doesn't help the vast majority of us aren't asking for nothing, really. Not even, if anything, it's a hand up, not a handout.
What are the floods like?
No warnings, man. It's killed people.
What do you feel like the biggest misconception is about the homeless population underneath of Vegas?
They were all stupid. They were all lazy. They were all... Oh, there's a bunch of them. The whole world sucks. America just sucks the least, in my opinion, you know. I wouldn't want to be anywhere, anything but here, you know. The reality of it is 2 out of every 3 people, working Americans per se, you know, whatever, how you want to say, the middle class, are just a paycheck or 2 away from being right where I'm sitting. Go volunteer at a homeless shelter one time on a holiday. Might change your whole perspective on things, how the other half lives, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So some of these people, they have no idea what we go through every day. The truth of the matter in my life is if you're not bent and dented and thrown down and smacked around and kicked around and picked up, dusted off, and smacked down around again, and you just haven't been through enough shit yet to understand where I'm coming from, so.
All right, so we have a tarp hanging up here. A little bit of privacy.
Yeah. Come on. This is somebody's camp that we got to go through.
Okay. We were warned about the water down here.
Yeah. We just got flooded yesterday. There was about 3 inches of water running through here swiftly yesterday. My camp, you'll see. I mean, it survived, but I thought I was gonna take a ride with it because I tried to elevate. I call myself elevating, but the water's just gonna go right through, right? Well, I just got it done, and yesterday was my second time to take water. So yeah, the carpet's kind of wet.
So this is your camp?
Yeah.
Do you want to give us kind of like a home tour?
you're looking at it. It goes all the way back to the end of the ledge is what I call the end of it, the end of my camp, I guess.
Oh, this is your artwork right here.
Yeah.
Can we see that?
Sin City Underground, we are the undesirables.
So is that how you guys identify? The Sin City Underground? You guys are the undesirables?
I just come up. Truth is, we heard a security guard one night when we walked in the casino over the radio. We have some undesirables coming in at the south entrance or whatever, and they were talking about me and about 4 others.
How'd that make you feel?
I really, whatever. I'll let that shit roll off. I'm not even gonna waste time on it.
So yeah, here in the setup you got, looks like you got a stereo right there. You got a mattress, pillows, blankets. You got a love seat. What's this right here?
Oh, that's lacquer thinner because somebody stole my bike and they spray painted it, so I've been getting the paint off with it. Is it the spray paint?
So you decorated this wall yourself. This is beautiful, honestly.
Actually, me and my girlfriend at the time did.
Just to make it feel a bit more homey?
Just to not look at, just take you out of the tunnel,
Yeah.
Where you're not in the tunnel in your mind.
A wonderful person better than me, a wonderful nightmare I see, lost in Vegas. Sin City, it's not what you think, it's worse, underground.
It's not what you think it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, most people couldn't imagine a life underground,
I couldn't either. It's not, like I said, it could be worse. These tunnels are a blessing when that wind starts to howl, that cold wind.
Yeah, I guess the desert weather conditions are pretty unforgiving, right?
Yeah, there's an understatement.
Here.
The ride.
Yeah.
I took the ride.
Yeah, he did take the ride. He's lucky he's alive.
When the floodwaters came, I was living at Cobalt, and I was really tired. It was freezing rain. It was about, April? March or April, something like that. It was still pretty cold. And I climbed in, and I went to sleep, and I woke up in the water there. Freezing. And long story short, I went down the wash, and I traveled, how far is it? It's a couple miles or more. I went in the water, and it's killed a lot of people. As a friend of mine said one time, many have tried, all have failed. The water will get you. It's pretty hard.
So what do you call it when the water takes you and washes you out?
The ride. A couple of guys I know have taken the ride and made it out. A couple of people I know who took the ride and didn't make it out. They find them way back at the golf course where it ends. But yeah, they killed 6 of us on one storm. No warning. You don't get no warning. It comes like that. Yeah.
This whole thing's on milk crates right now. It's not a finished thing at all. It's just a work in progress. But it's still here.
What advice would you give to someone who's dealing with depression that has a roof over their head, has clean drinking water, and has food in their fridge?
Buck up, get off your ass and do something. I'm not.
If you don't like your life, change it.
What do you say?
If you don't like your life, change it. Only you can prevent forest fires. It's all a matter of personal choices and doing what you want to do. You know what I mean?
And how old are you?
54.
Do you feel like in your lifetime, people in society have started to care less about others?
Yeah.
This society that we live in here, it's okay to be a part-time dirtbag. It really is. It's sad. Well, they only stole a little from me. No, that's not how I think. You stole anything, you're all done.
It's the principle.
There's only 2 rules that I really have in my life, and that's don't lie to me and don't steal from me. Because if you do either of those 2 things, I'll never ever trust you, and you're f***ed anyway. And other than that, I don't care. Do you? Don't my Cheerios. Piss in my cornflakes. Most people, I don't trust. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them. They'll steal from you and help you look for it. Kind of shit. But
They stab you in the stomach and scream out in pain while they're doing it.
yes, my God, why did you run into my knife? Yeah. I came up on a guy one day in my tent at my old spot. Something told me, I saw this guy crossing. I said, I'm going to go back and check. I bet he's right deep in my camp. And I was damn sure if he wasn't. He's so engrossed in stealing my shit. His elbow and hole deep in it. I come walking right up on him. I said, what in the f*** are you doing? He and he jumps up and he goes, I was just making sure they didn't take the good stuff.
Wait, so how much does it mean to have a good friend you can trust down here?
It's rare. It does mean a lot.
To be dog eat dog like a motherfucker out here, man.
Yeah.
We had a couple serial killers that preyed upon the homeless because we were an easy target. You know, there've been a few since I've been in our time here, huh?
So what happens if you walk down that way? You said there's a drop off.
Well,
But there's another camp. Hey, if you guys don't want to have your picture on YouTube, cover your face.
we don't want to see it any goddamn way. You're lucky I even like you, you ungrateful brat. Get out of Tony's yard. I love you, baby.
Another couch right here.
That's what I do, is I tease everybody. There was other I f with. If I don't like you, I'm not saying to you.
I feel like a few things are as powerful as a sense of humor, right?
It's a powerful thing.
That's my table.
Yep. Oh yeah, that is, huh?
So that's your table that got washed?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually, we're looking for my backpack too.
Yeah, we're going really deep into here.
Yeah. We come from a land down under. There's really something wrong with him. You're ready to go increase exponentially with the appearance of the orange guy. I radiate.
There's some storage right there.
Oh, yeah.
It must be pretty difficult to get a camp set up and then it rains and then your entire home is destroyed.
They opened up the gates before without even being inclement weather. There's some people and shit.
Why do you think the casinos open the floodgates? Is it something they have to do?
Because they don't want people like us to be here. They want every goddamn dollar out of the billions and billions that come to this motherfucker. They don't want none of us to make a dollar. And they really do. They hate us. They loathe us.
Is the ceiling getting lower?
Sometimes it does, yeah.
Oh, the gravel's getting high.
Oh, the gravel's getting higher. Okay.
Yeah. This is just years of washing down, man. Yeah. A long, long way on the ground.
Don't get so upset that you're here. Don't hang up with that man.
Right now, it's right after the flood, so people be touchy and they're trying to get their lives back together, and it's just not really a good time because there's lots of water everywhere.
Out of courtesy for their neighbors, Tony and Orange urged us to turn around and head back to the entrance of the tunnel. So we did that and searched for more interviews. A mirror right there, just in this long, empty stretch. Who's the fairest of them all?
If I'm on this side of the dirt and breathing on my own, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep, because it can always be worse.
To stop the water from flooding in
Yeah.
here, he's built a dam. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera, but he shoveled, he said, for 40 hours, this dam to stop the water coming in.
But it makes a difference because instead of having 2 feet of water going through here, you'll have like a half inch. But as you'll see up here, we still have water.
He's built like his own little moat to direct the water, so there's a clear walking path.
We're definitely hated. Yeah, there's no way around that. Once you're labeled homeless or known as homeless, you have zero rights. Zero rights. You can't go in. You can't go in any of the casinos. A lot of stores won't let you in the bathrooms. I mean, it's like brutal. Yeah, for sure. And you're automatically guilty of whatever. I mean,
They systematically steal people's IDs so that they're not allowed to go into casinos.
yeah, I have no idea. So my birth certificate, and now I've been stuck here 13.
So
for
every
2 years.
single person we've talked to does not have an ID and is struggling to get one.
Yeah, no, it's basically impossible. I mean that too. I lost my Social Security disability and everything because of this, and I would never believe it if I wasn't living it. I'm well aware of identity theft, but you would think through somehow fingerprinting they put you in jail so they know you are who you say you are, but you can't get an ID, and with no ID, you're automatically a criminal. And they say, and they tell you're a liar because you just go to DMV and pay $27 for a driver's license. I'm like, that doesn't work like that. They're like, yeah, it does. I'm like, it definitely does not. Like, it's not true. DMV will refer you to Hall of Records. Hall of Records are going to refer you to Social Security, and it's just one big circle rotation of no ID.
The beauty of bureaucracy, right?
Last New Year's, Metro grabbed me and they're like, oh, we'll pay for your birth certificate. I'm like, it's not a matter of money. It's like you can't do it. It doesn't work. So I sit in the truck with them for an hour and a half. for them to inform me that they can't obtain my birth certificate. There's flaming hoops they have to jump through. Shocker, like I've said for the past 12 years.
Would you mind showing us how like your
Yeah, this
living
is just like
conditions?
where I am now because of the water. I just come up on the ledge. I just try to keep it off the ground. But then the problem with this is the rats. Because you got a pallet, they go into the pallet there and everything. I mean, everything. It just sucks. I mean, there's no way around that. Basically, whatever you have, in my opinion, anything I have, I'm just holding it till the next person takes it. Because your shit gets stolen all the time, or the water will come and wash you out.
Have you ever taken the ride before?
No, not so to speak. Orange did right there. He went all the way from Cobalt to Swenson.
Yeah, he told us.
That's a distance. Like, my friend Red had video footage on his cell phone. And all 3 tunnels are like 30 foot high, just solid water, top to bottom, coming out. That's like a lot of power.
Water all the way up to the ceiling.
All the way 30 foot high, just coming out solid all the way. Yeah, I mean, so 6 inches of water moves a car. 30 feet of water will obviously cause serious damage.
Where can you guys go to seek refuge whenever these places are flooded?
We don't. We go outside and you're still trespassing, so you're screwed. If you talk to the police, they're going to tell you to go to a shelter. And they make it sound like you go to the shelter, you get $1 million check, and everything's perfect. Well, that's not true. You go to a shelter, you stand in line for hours and hours and hours, likely to not be able to get in because there's not enough beds. Then you can sleep on the sidewalk, and they'll kick you off the sidewalk at 5 a.m. I mean, and the shelters aren't nice.
A little bit of flood came in yesterday, right? How did that affect your housing here?
Put my thing up on blocks here, I guess, the cardboard, But like I usually stay around the bend, but there's a lot of it's after it rains, it's wet for a minute. Like all that water up there, I have to push all that water down here, and that sucks. My push broom went down the wash when we had that bad flood, and it takes a minute. Like that's thousands of gallons of water up there, and when you push it down here, of course, all your stuff gets wet again, and then it doesn't dry quick. Like they're not made to be lived in the flood zone by any means.
Yeah. What do you have in here? Do you have a mattress?
Yeah, no, there's a pallet under there. There's a wooden pallet. And then I just got a piece of plastic, I guess, or a piece of, like, this plastic thing on the bottom. And that's really it. And then a down comforter that the Shining Light people gave me. There's really not much. I mean, you can get a mattress or whatnot, but it's just going to get infested with rats. And when it rains, it'll go down the wash. Bed bugs. Yeah, bed bugs, who knows? I mean, and there's all kinds of spiders in here, brown recluses, black widows. I've been bitten by about everything, I think. Scorpions. I haven't seen any snakes, luckily, but...
What do you think could be done to help the people that live underneath Vegas?
To start with, you have to want to help yourself, Some people are okay with the situation they live in. As far as helping the people, I don't know, because it's like... It's pretty brutal. I mean... It really is. That's just being honest. I mean, whatever the community does to try to help, it seems like they flip it to make money.
How long has it been since you've seen your family?
I haven't seen my daughter in like 13 years that I've been out here, since I came out. Yep. I haven't seen any of my family, no. I really don't have any family left. They're all passed. But it doesn't really matter. What's that? Yeah, I know, right? No, all my homeless people out here, my family, yep. And then it's like hard to find anybody you can really trust, because I can tell you right now, they'll friend you to your face and stab you in the back. That's just reality. Like, money has no value to me anymore. I mean, that I could care less. I really don't care about money. Material objects have absolutely no value to me whatsoever. Probably the most valuable thing I have is a headlamp. This headlamp, yep. Because I'm just holding it until the next person takes it. And like, even if you have 10 grand, what am I going to buy? I mean, if you find things, you find all kinds of, I found many nice things here. Like on the railroad tracks, a Chanel purse, it was like $5,800. I can't do nothing with it. I got no ID. I can't bring it to a pawn shop or anything. Nobody's gonna buy that. $10,000 bicycles. That's worth $20 worth of drugs. I mean, ludicrous. Like this you see. I mean, I would never have believed this if I wasn't living it. But it's just like...
Someone just ripped severe ass.
I would think so, yeah. Luckily, I can't smell. That's a good thing.
Why can't you smell?
I get shot in the head, and since then I have no sense of smell.
You got shot in the head?
Yeah, like 2003.
How did that happen?
I was living out here. My father died at 45, and I guess I quit my job on the spot and went back to New Hampshire to take care of my mother, who was in a wheelchair. And I was back there like 2 days and got carjacked and shot in the head with a 45. It happens. Everything happens for a reason,
Where did the bullet come in?
Like on the side of my jaw, like this here, and still lodged in my brain, actually. I was at Mass General like 11 months the first time, died 3 times. Been back there in 06 for like 6 or 7 months. I died a 4th time.
Complete random act of violence?
Apparently so. I mean, in the car, I hated the car, and I would have argued with anybody. I would have told them to take it. Yeah. Don't drive a Corvette. There you go. I really don't even care about that whole situation. Whatever. Everybody will be judged for their deeds at some point, be it by God or whatnot, you know. Anytime you're being negative, angry, or hateful towards somebody or something, you'll be doing something positive with your time. So it's really a waste of time. And it's not easy to not be angry or hateful towards things, be it somebody cutting you off on the freeway or breaking in your house. But I try to stay positive. I had bullets still lodged in my brain. I'm kind of concerned about lead poisoning, but I don't know.
So did that make you believe in God or anything? Or
It probably is something.
I can't imagine many people get shot in their head and live.
It's possible either. I mean, because I've been around guns my whole life. It's like a 245 grain bullet. It's going at a tremendous amount of speed coming out the end of a gun and stops in like 8 inches. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I just don't know how you can live from that. I really don't. And I don't know how the bullet stops from that, but yeah, I mean, craziness. I really don't. What bothers, the only thing is, like, I don't like about that whole situation is, like, I had like 23 blood transfusions waiting for a helicopter and 27 more at the hospital, and I can't think about that because it's just like, yeah, it's like, I can't imagine having like 50 people's blood in me. Oh my God. Yeah.
So you've been through so much in your life. What advice would you have for someone that's dealing with depression, that is living in a house, has food in their fridge and water and a safe place to sleep, but they're still miserable? What advice would you give them?
You know, as bad off as you think you are, or, you know, there's somebody worse off. I mean, you shouldn't judge people for what they look like, be it fat, thin. You know, it could be a medical disorder. I mean, that's true. And sometimes if you want change, you have to be the change. And I'm not saying suicide. I mean, like, if you want something to change, sometimes you have to be involved in that. It's not going to just a golden platter show up.
How do you personally cure your depression whenever you're feeling down?
You know, it's ridiculous. I never picked up trash before. I pick up trash all the time now because I never realized how much of a problem it is. I usually pick up trash. I mean, I've met a lot of people picking up trash. That sounds crazy, but I have for sure. I do feel like 100% feel that I have zero rights, 100%. I have no rights whatsoever. Whatever they say goes, period. That's it. I mean, it's not even worth arguing with them at all. Because you'll lose. Every day in court, you'll lose there, too. Yeah. And, like, I mean, I'm not saying it's harassment. Like, at the bus stop, 4 cops come up to me and harass me for half an hour at the bus stop. Nice. And then if I'm walking down the street and there's cops walking at me, they'll ask me where have I been, what have you been doing, where have you been, we haven't seen you. Like, they care. I mean, I try to stay out of sight and out of mind, like, because in my opinion, that's the best thing you can do. If you, like I say, when I say go to the boulevards and go to jail free card, that's pretty much it. If you get caught down there, you're going to jail. No way around that. Never mind the fact that the casinos all hate you, and, you know, and that, mind you, the police are privately employed here. The casinos employ the police. So whatever the casinos say, goes. I mean, yeah, 100%. Privately funded police force. I think it's the only state in the country like that. And whatever the casinos say, the cops do. Period. I mean, that's reality. Yep.
Is there any misconceptions or things you wish people knew about the people that live underneath the Vegas?
You know, everybody, they say is like 2 paychecks away from being homeless, you know. I've met some incredible people down here. You know, Orange here had like, worth millions, he was. And the thing is, like I said, never judge a book by its cover. You don't know who somebody is, you know. And I'm not saying all the homeless people are good or bad, but it's easy to judge people, or, you know, you think you know everything, but you don't. Because, I mean, obviously being homeless is the way to go. You don't have no mortgage payment, no car payment, no job. So it's obviously a cakewalk. You know, you don't have to do anything. Right. Well, that's not so true. Every day is like survival. You still have to find food. You're banned from everywhere. Everybody hates you. I mean, I hate being hated for what other people do. Not all homeless people are bad. I mean that too. That's reality. But guilt amongst association. I mean, and so, like I said, it's amazing what I've learned to turn my head to or accept as normal or acceptable, because it's really not. And after a while, it's just like, it beats you down. And like I seen like 5 people die last year, and one of them wasn't, but the rest of, well, all of them were in their late 30s, early 40s. Like, it just beats you down. I mean, you're not going to have a long lifespan when every day is like a basically survival. Like, take your average normal person, you know, that has a job, drop them off in another state where they don't know anybody, and tell them to live for 3 days. No telephone, no nothing. You have no phone or friends, nothing. What are they going to do? There you go. Where do you get food? Where do you sleep? Clothes. How do you do that? And then, how are you going to be safe? I mean, and weather, temperatures, It's a whole other world. And I'm not saying looking for any pity for homeless people by any means. I'm not like looking for somebody to say, oh, I'm so sorry. That's not it.
You're speaking about your reality.
Yeah, it's what happens out here. I mean, I've lived it now for 13 years. And, it's like a waste of a quarter of my life. I'm 47 years old. I've tried to leave. I've tried to get out, but you can't. I mean, there's no ID.